Hello folks, and welcome to episode 28 of Square's Realm. In this episode I just want to sort of gleam over and get a wee bit onto this meme I came across that a friend gave to me. The guy that gave to me, his name is Dara. Like myself, he's also schizophrenic and he's quite into the esoteric, from breaking through the matrix and the AI technology, religion, corporations, going all the way up to the esoteric angels and fucking demons and stuff like that. So it put me onto this meme here, you know, and his viewpoint, it was pretty accurate. And you know, looking over it, it's fucking very dense and very info strong. But essentially what it is the word hierarchy pyramid, you know, all the way down from where we are as consumer slaves, all the way up to the spiritual realms of Jesus Christ and Yahweh. But I just thought I'd break this meme down because I think it's really fascinating find, you know. It's a really interesting fucking wee meme, hey, that I came across. I come across these info fucking graphs sort of quite a lot online, and they're always interesting, but this one is all the way down. I mean, it goes up into everything, like even look there, look like the cherubim and the orphanum. If you just look at a lot of the recent UFO sightings in America and all over the world, they involve them angels often them. So it brings the question onto the idea that maybe these alien technologies, these aircrafts, are actually some sort of spiritual angelic form coming to earth in end times, because that's where I'm at a lot with my truth seeking. I've went so far down the rabbit hole that I found Jesus again, and I believe we're in a completely fallen world, and I do really believe that I am that I am, and Jesus Christ himself, the Son of God, is one of the highest realms of fucking understanding we as normal mortal humans can comprehend. But let's go down to the early levels of this here, the lowest levels. As you can see, there it is. Look, the general population, the peasants, the human livestock, Satan's hell matrix, worker ants, 95 slaves, robots, clones, debtors, sheep, cattle, NPC, Mark of the Beast, Monster Energy drink, zombies, maskers, goyim, breeders. I like the way they put the scientist information on there. So I think what you can see in this graph is it's all encompassing. It involves all concepts and all fucking entities of control. Useless eaters, deep state, mapping project. That's who made this infograph, you know. There we go, a wee bit further up above the human livestock and peasants, and we've got brain rot of the nation, Netflix, social interaction substitute, behavioral program, idol worship, entertainment, social media, Hollywood, alt media, mass MK ultra hypnosis media, propaganda, dissemination, academia, university. They just educate us. They fill our heads full of the directions they want us to go, and they make it all seem like we're running around having our own independent thought, you know. Judges, lawyers, legal, esquire, titles of nobility. Just like we talked about in that last episode with Eyes Wide Shut, you know, they climb up the echelons. You be people like military, police, prisons, doctors, you know, lethal extortion racket, medical, religion, opiate for the masses, heavenly rewards for obedient serfs, arena, gladiator games, football, all professional, battle sports, bread and circus. Right, so that's the the word population control. That's the bottom level. Then we go further up the bottom level into the corporations. Look, banking, insurance, credit cards, big pharma, big agri, big tech. Well, they're getting all the powers of control and manipulation and social engineer. They're doing all that now. This was made in 2023, so it's pretty accurate. Energy, real estate, communication, mining, shipping, consumer goods, smart grid. So you're getting into the material framework of things there, ownership, you know. And then it goes up then into the financial control and the world institutions. And those are the IMF, WB, World Bank, BIS, World Economic Forum, stock market, central banks, tax revenue, dividends, hedge funds, UN, EU, WHO, NATO, and BRICS. So that's the bottom level, right? So we're 6 minutes in and we've broke the bottom level. Now we're going up into the more esoteric realm of Freemasonry, the Illuminati, the Committee of 300, world's richest, most powerful subfamilies. That's like the Rothschilds and you know, the Yang Dynasty and people like that there. Technocratic world controllers, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, Khazarian Mafia, Rothschilds and Zionists, international councils, philanthropic foundations, the likes of Bill Hicks and all his, or the name, the institution he has with his wife. They say they're going around doing good things, but there's kids in Africa fucking dying with their fucking tampering with biology and medications. Oceanic societies, historical societies, like oceanic societies is referring to like you know, maritime law. And if you notice, sometimes when presidents are talking on TV and stuff, they'll have maritime law flags because they're actually recording it and places where laws do not apply, and that's out in the ocean, out in the sea. Archaeological Society, Bilderberg Group, Council of Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission. See, for many normies, where we are here is where they think the highest echelons are. For a lot of normies, they think Freemasons are the fucking top, you know. They think esoteric Freemasonry and all those fraternal circles and places like that there. Secretary of Defense, Octagon Group, military wing, even the Nazi parties and the Fourth Reich. The elements, that's the top of the fucking echelons. But it goes fucking even deeper than that, folks. This is the next fucking stage of the fucking hierarchy. This is all the spiritual fucking entities on planet Earth. See, you down here you have the bloodlines, free cities, states run the world, Washington DC, Vatican City, and the City of London. You might notice that in those three fucking different places, there's towers, monoliths with pyramids on the top, all over, and there's also ancient artifacts in each of these cities. So it's about the new world trying to build a new Egypt, a new spiritual fucking rebirth, born into the dark arts and the esoteric and the ascended masters and their Luciferian fucking mindset, which is the likes of fucking Aleister Crowley and Jack Parsons, who was a NASA scientist that worked on some of the most cutting edge technology and rocket propulsion technology at the time. But when he got further into the abyss of knowing about fucking like rocket propulsion and space technology, he then found out about fucking spiritual fucking ways to communicate with entities using technology of consciousness, of sacrifice and stuff like that. So this is, as I said before, the tier below this here, look, the Freemasonry is at the center of it all. You know, jesters, public jesters, Shriners, Scottish Rite, courthouses, all that there stuff, you know. We've even got stuff on here, look. Non-profit organisations. Of course, the non-profit organisations always make the most profit, don't they? Because they profit off the idea of their nobility, you know. But Washington DC, Vatican City, City of London, the bloodlines and the priesthoods. Then we go up here to the spiritual order, the Temple of Seth, the Ninth Circle, the Black Pope, the Grey Pope, the Moravian bloodline, the Druidic Council, Sharia law, Saudi Aramaic, House of Saud. These are all the spiritual, lawful orders. These things are higher above politics because these drive the hearts of the very human beings themselves. So when we truly enlighten ourselves, we leave the material and the resource-based thinking behind, and we move on the realm of imagination, of spiritual, of deeper down under the fucking consciousness. And that's where you've got all this, the Jesuit order, the House of Windsor, the Church of Scientology, Otto. Otto is a level of fucking clear, you know, the Mormon Church, Order of the Garter. These are all the different fucking forces at work in that there realm, you know. Pindar, King, Emperor, Queen, Antichrist, all at the top of this fucking, this darkness, Mothers of Darkness, the Council of 13, the Pharaoh, alright, so that side's coming from all the Pharaoh lineage, I see what you mean. The Vatican, right in the middle, and I love the way they've stuck the pine cone on there. Anybody knows the deep fucking roots of the Christian religion is the pine cone represents the mind opening and the elevation of the cross trunk going up to the spine, and the pine cone is very symbolic. Look out for it on the end of the Pope's masts and stuff like that there, you know. So as you can see, they got two chess boards on there too, the pieces, pawns in the game. And then here is where my friend Porky O'Neill is fucking, he introduced me to this here. He would tell me a while back that my fucking schizophrenia is probably not what I thought it was. He said they're probably not hallucinations conjured in your mind, but actually off-world entities interfering with us as humans, you know. And at the time I was fucking aghast. I was like, you're off your fucking head. There's no way I fucking them's off-world entities. But sooner or later I came to find Christianity, and Porky's not really a Christian himself. He believes in Jesus, but he sees him more of a son of God. Sort of the way this graphist is explaining it. But I found myself re-evaluating everything I knew. Hey, but we see, so there we go, there's all the orders, all the principalities. If you ever listen to the Christian religion, it says we do not wrestle against flesh, we wrestle against principalities and the darkness and high places, you know. So up here we've got the Jinn, as David Icke calls them, demons and all our fucking archons. They are the aliens that rule from high places, trans-dimensional extraterrestrials. They're like the people you would fucking experience on DMT and high realms of psychedelics. You can actually travel to those frequencies through certain psychedelics and meet these fucking beings that exist in a world that is consciously cut off by our fucking organic fucking way of fucking interspeeding between space and time. But that's all the extra dimensional entities, the Azuras, the Deceivers, the Smokeless Fire, the Incubi and Succubi, ghosts, astral parasites, barriers of time and space, the physical worlds out here, detachment from source, Council of Elders, universal free will karma, neutral forces, non-physical common law, 3D physical world. The common law is that law we all have innately put on us by Jesus Christ, and that's our consciousness that we know when something's wrong. We don't need to be told what it is. It's a universal knowing. Draco, reptilians, Satan. Satan's right there up at the top level of the fucking dark entities, above Earth, of course, and all our earthly possessions, but right up there on the entities, and probably not the fucking highest of the entities. And then off to the side of this graph too, you've got this very interesting information about structures. He who builds the highest tower steals the power of the gods. And look, it's got all the UFOs out there, look. He who builds the highest tower steals the power of the gods. So obviously, you know, as humans, we all reach for those higher towers. So they've included the Empire State Building, the pyramids, the fucking that Indian Tower and stuff like that, you know. And there's the feudal system: king, nobles, lords, knights, tradesmen, merchants, peasants, and serfs. God above them all, right there, look. God above them all. Let's check out these quotes. The eyes of those who do not believe are made blind by Satan, who is the God of this world. 2 Corinthians 4:4. And it come to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took for themselves all whom they chose. So when it's going up there, even under the realms of sitting there, as a side shoot from that fucking entity realm, we've got the Lightbringer, Mythos, Lucifer, Prometheus, Israel, Luciel, all our angels, Gabriel, Lucifer, Michael, God at the top there in a trinity. And then we go up under the principalities, look, the angelic realm, the dominions, the virtues, the powers, the seraphim, the cherub, the thrones. That's all the different types of angels. And if you look at that, then recent UFOs that were all spotted all around the world, they were wheels within wheels, eyes within wheels. They were just like that there. They were just like that orphanum. This is 2003, and them UFOs were all spotted all around in 2025. And they even go further back into biblical times. So the world we're living now is in a post-truth, post-reality world. We just do not know what's real anymore. And you see all this fucking checkerboard shit here that it shows you here? I took high amounts of fucking psychedelia and I shot it at dimension there. They're not just showing that there's some sort of fucking photographic fucking representation to make it look a wee bit jazzier. That's an actual fucking spiritual realm you go to. I've been there on fucking high doses of magic mushrooms. Wee guy called Jack gave him to me. He was only fucking 18 himself, and he was more tuned in about drugs than anybody I ever met in my life. He gave me a totally life-changing experience. He's about fucking 32 now, living down in Belfast. But look, it goes up on there, up to the highest entities, look, and there it is, look, right at the fucking very top, hey, right at the very fucking top, look, the Trinity, the Son of God, the Holy Spirit, and the Father, the all-knowing fucking I am that I am, is the most powerful fucking word. The 3 9 choirs, the first triad, the gravestone. Sing God's praises. When you do that there, good things happen, you know what I mean? And this is God, look, on the other side of the devil. Because that's what God says. He sits on the left hand of me, Jesus Christ, because it's the polarity, you see. It's going back to that ancient esoteric symbolism of the polarities. So you've got the God on one side and the devil on the other, you know. But there it is, look, the unknowable supreme being, Barbello, second principle, Mother, Christos, divine self-originate, fulfill God's plan in the universe, God's praises, Son of God. No one comes to the Father except through me, Jesus Christ, man. But absolutely mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, and look at the symbolism around the God too, the justice, the scales, weather, war, you know. But look, that's what's saying, the universal principalities, look, yin and yang. But hey, that's a powerful meme, hey, check it out, hey. You'll find stuff like that on Deep State Mapping Project. I've never been to the website, but I'm sure it's pretty cool. They're making content like that there. I think that'll do the job for episode 28 of Squares Realm. Up life.